Hello, group. How are we doing? Let's see. Oh dear. Yeah, I needed to walk over here and get something. Yeah, I'm gonna let me psych myself up to talk louder here because my microphone isn't picking me up as good lately for some reason. My the volume, it's good enough on my videos, but it's not loud enough. I want to talk about home insurance company or companies or whatever. Okay, I don't understand something. I recently canceled my insurance policy, home insurance policy, with TFPA. And I bought insurance from another carrier, of course, home insurance. Something that doesn't make sense to me. I think some people need to get their head out of their ass, and they need to make some staff corrections or something. But the reason I canceled with them, they kept sending this Informer services out, and I've heard this from some other insured people in my neighborhood area, you know, to where that they take pictures of the top of your roof, around your property, and all this stuff, which randomly a home insurance is going to do this. They can either have your agent do it, you know, depending on who you're going through, Farmer, State Farm, whatever, or they can hire, like TFPA used a vendor service called Informer Services. But here's why I canceled with them. Okay, they sent me a letter, or send it to my agent, and then my agent sends it to me. And it's like inoperable vehicle parked in front of house. Saying this must be corrected or your insurance you will not be eligible to renew your policy when this policy period ends. Wow. Okay. Anyway, I emailed them back about this, and I told them, I said, what's going on here? Who is claiming I have an inoperable vehicle? Okay, and they said, well, recent investigation of your property shows a car that has been known to be parked in your driveway for the past 7 years and appears to have 2 flat tires on it. Okay, I have a 3-car wide driveway. Alright, I parked my Ford truck over here. I got one in my garage, Ford truck over here that I drive, and then a 1960 Cadillac that I don't drive. You know, I may sell it, you know, whatever. But the windows are rolled up, you know. I'm sure it's got 2 flat tires, so what? So what? And then my Dodge Ram pickup, it's parked to the right of that. Alright. And, yeah, I can understand that. An unregistered, you know, that is not currently registered, the registration sticker in the windshield, that is not currently registered, that has just been sitting there about 7 years. Even though it still looks good, there's no rust holes or anything like that. All the windows are intact and rolled up and the doors are locked. Alright, now that would be an issue with homeowners association group or a civic club group. Yeah. Or it's possible even a city code. It could be an issue. But tell me, what in the hell has that got to do with insurance on your house pertaining to flood, wind, and fire? What in the hell has that got to do with that? See, that's what does it. Somebody that works for this insurance company, they got their head up their ass, and they've decided, even though it doesn't apply to the matter at hand, they've decided they're going to be some rich woman or rich man that's going to make people live their mode of living based on what kind of car, or whether they have a car that is not running on their property. I mean, if you have a house, okay, and you've got deed restrictions, alright, I can understand homeowners association, civic club group, there being a problem if you got a car sitting up on concrete blocks or jack stands, or sitting there with flat tires. But as far as insurance for that dwelling, fire, theft, you know, if you have that, like internal theft, vandalism, whatever have you, what in the hell has that got to do with an inoperable vehicle parked on your property? You see? That doesn't make sense. That's insane. Because, for example, the highest probability of fire pertaining to a motor vehicle would be a car that you use every day that's up and running, and you drive it home and park it close to that house. That engine's hot. You know, you can get a fluid leak, like power steering leak can make a car go up in flames. A lot of people don't know that, a power steering leak. Or a gasoline leak in a car. Or especially, you figure a car parked into your garage or your detached garage. If fuel starts leaking, hell, your hot water heater could ignite the gasoline and set the house on fire, or the engine could catch on fire. But if you've got a car that's either parked in your garage, or you figure outside of your dwelling and it's not being driven, and let's say it's up on blocks or whatever, what in the hell has that got to do with fire hazard or flood or wind damage to a house? What in the hell has that got to do with it? I mean, is this 60 Cadillac that's sitting on my concrete driveway, is it going to stand up and light a match and set my house on fire? Or is it going to start spewing out gasoline and flames at my house? I mean, what in the hell? Or if there's a wind, is the wind going to pick it up and force it through my house, tearing my house down? What in the hell are we talking about here? I mean, what we're dealing with here, we've got to have some idiot that's working for this insurance company for the state of Texas, that they want to be the world's proclaimed civic club ruler. People, that's all that could be going on here. And then it was the year before that, here's something else these people do. It's fucking insane. Alright? They send my agent pictures in a video recording at Farmers Insurance. This was in 2017. And it's got dangerous tree needs to be removed from back of house, or your insurance, you will not be eligible for another policy at the end of this policy. Same shit like as in about the car that's parked in front of my house. And it says the tree is dead The tree is not dead. They took the video, the pictures, in the fall. It was around the month of December. It didn't have any leaves on it because of the time of the year. It wasn't dead. So what I did, I said, look, I've got pictures of the past with me on my patio deck with my family, and I can show you, time-dated recordings where that last summer it was full of green leaves. But it's like you took a video in the winter. Dumb, stupid. That's not how, you need an arborist to determine if they thought the tree was dead, they had the right to send an arborist here and check the tree to see if it was alive or dead or had dead branches. And nothing like that existed on that tree. So to appease them, I paid $550. This was a huckleberry tree. And it was tall. I had no use for it. And they said, oh hell, I'll just have it cut down and just leave the stump there. Well then, this year, about 2 months ago, they come up with this bullshit. Inoperable car on property must be removed. Oh my God. And I'm just wondering, are they trying to pull this crap on any of you other people? I mean, let me know, because I can assure anybody. Now, I can understand if you've got deed restrictions or your city code or, a homeowners association group or a civic, they're not going to want a car sitting up on blocks or sitting with 2 flat tires that just sits there all night. Yeah, I can understand that. But people, an inoperable car parked in front of a house has nothing to do with house insurance. It has nothing to do with house insurance. So why would a home insurance company decide that they're going to be your damn civic club? See, they're proclaiming that role. Why the hell would they do that? It's crazy. But, insurance companies are getting out of hand. The federal authorities need to do something about this shit. Because you figure, okay, they force people now to take a minimum of what is, with their home insurance policy, to pay for what is 55 to 85,000 internal assets. That's ridiculous. The average middle income person does not have that many assets. I mean, maybe $8,000, but $55,000? Excuse me? That's not likely unless you've got a mansion. And they're forcing you to do this, but even either regard, whether you do or you not, see, they're forcing you to include that in your policy and pay for that, even though you say, I would rather decline. I'd rather decline that, Well, see, that doesn't make sense, because they're making me pay insurance for what I don't even own or don't even possess. Excuse me? I mean, why would these people do that? Because as far as myself, I'd rather have no insurance for my internal assets. Because I'm not a person that overstocks. I have 2 refrigerators with freezers. 1 computer. I don't keep a bunch of china or jewelry in my house. But again, I would have the right to insure those things if I did. But I don't. So why should I have to pay for that type of insurance when I don't have it? I mean, these people are mobsters. They're mobsters. I mean, and it does need to be corrected by the federal authorities. And especially when a home insurance company, they're going to be a self-proclaimed civic club? What in the hell? What? See, now I can understand something. Dried leaves too close to a house or a fire hazard. A leaning tree. Dead limbs on a tree. I can understand things like that. Or if you had barrels beside your house full of gasoline or petroleum products. Yeah, I can understand that being a hazard, people, but a car that's not running, that is not a hazard to a house. When it comes to what would be burglary, wind, hail damage, hurricane, tornado is in wind damage, or flood or fire. I mean, that has no. You're talking about city code, homeowners association, civic club. You know, wouldn't want you to have an inoperable car just parked out on your property. But that has nothing to do with the insurability of a house. It has nothing to do with it. But I wanted to address this situation. You people need to start fighting for your rights. Fight for your rights. See, I canceled my policy with these ridiculous people. I picked up a policy with another company. And I talked to one of their agents about that, and they said, actually, they told me to turn it into the Texas State Board of Insurances because they said they cannot do that. They cannot tell you, I mean, you know, like if a car is parked outside your house, if it has flat tires, that they're not going to renew your policy. I'm laughing about it because, I mean, you know, people defeating their purpose like this, I mean, somebody needs to get their head out of their ass that's running things for that insurance company. They need to get their head out of their ass. And that car was sitting there. I was insured with those people from 2011 until 1 month ago when I canceled with them. So you figure 7.5 years that car never heard anything, but suddenly it's supposed to. I never turned in a claim. I'm age 62. I've never had a lapse in insurance. I've never turned a claim in my life. It's you know, but okay. But anyway, I hope you're all having a great life. I know I don't get hardly any views, but hey, I'll never give up trying to be heard and sharing with people. You know, I like to make videos, you know, to try to share with other people, you know, help other people with certain things, different videos I've got. It may be helpful to you or not. Some are automotive, Harley Davidson motorcycles, spiritual, different things, and but I wish someone would tell me, since when are home insurance companies now proclaimed homeowners association groups that tell you when to cut your damn lawn or what color your car can be? Oh, please.